Morning. Same room, same chairs, plan versus actual first. And Andre, you get to open on a green day for once. What did C18 say we'd do? And what did we actually do?
C18 said 4 things. Train as soon as armed, since you dissolved the 18 and 22 gates at 2:05 p.m. Measure honest S, step under contention, keep the tripwire anchored, and have the morning eval written by a process, not a person. Actual, 3 of 4 happened, and the 4th closed itself in a way we should talk about.
Go through the run first. I want the numbers in the room before the caveats.
Nightleaf 260809, completed at 1603, RC0, step 300 per Boris's deliberate small run doctrine. Fold was 2,466 examples, 411 new from 260806 through 08, 2055 replay, 5:1 ratio, 2 epochs, LRR1 E5. Night 1 recipe, run as control, exactly as.
And the timing is the part I care about. Gates dissolved at 2:05 p.m. The run fired through the broker and was done by 1603, under 2 hours from arm to complete. That's the train as soon as armed promise kept with a receipt.
Okay, but there are 2 eval files in the 260810 folder. One of them says superseded 1406, broker Denny, in the name. Tell me that story straight. That's a minute after I dissolved the gates.
Straight version, the first fire attempt at 1406 got a broker deny, and the eval scaffold wrote an artifact recording that deny. When the run subsequently completed and the real eval landed, the scaffold superseded the first file instead of deleting it. So the folder holds both. Andrej overnight evil 260809.md is live. The superseded sibling is the honest fossil of the first attempt.
And the deny wasn't a bug. It was my physics measurement doing its job. Fulft wants about 15 gigabit, Whisper v3 holds about 10.5 gigabit, the card has 24. They don't coexist. The broker's contract is refuse, not slow, so the 1406 request got refused while Whisper was resident, and the retry went through clean once it wasn't.
I want one sentence on why we keep the superseded file. A system that deletes its false starts is curating a story about itself. A system that supersedes them keeps the record of what it believed at 14:06 and why that belief was replaced. On a day when the ledgers get stamped, the second kind of system is the only one worth being.
Good. Keep the fossil always. Now the eval itself.
Paired T72 507. New model better on 54 of 73 held out chunks of same day K voice. Perplexity improved 2.20%. That's not a vibe, that's a paired test on held out data.
What? 54 of 73.
54 of 73. And the part that matters as much as the number, I didn't write that document, the process wrote it. My name is on the file name, my judgment is in the scaffold, but the green came out of activity 260810 Andrej overnight evil 260809.md before anyone with feelings looked at it.
Which closes the C18 item cleanly. Eval by process, not person, was the requirement precisely so that a green day and a red day get judged by the same machinery. The first green day arriving through that machinery means we can trust the next red one too.
One more piece of actual before we leave the delta. The 22 cron stood down. Its guard saw the completed run's RC file and did nothing. No duplicate run, no wasted night. Evidence the guard fired and exited. Read, the backstop design works under the exact condition it was built for.
What? That one makes me happier than the T statistic, honestly. The system declined to do redundant work without anyone telling it to.
So the Delta scorecard, train as soon as armed, done. Eval by process, done. Tripwire, held, which leaves the one open item, honest S step under true contention, still unmeasured. The small run sequenced through the broker instead of contending, so we never got the number.
And I want to close it, not carry it. Here's the argument. The question was formed when we thought contention was a regime the system could enter. My measurement says it can't. 15 plus 10.5 doesn't fit in 24, and the broker's answer to that arithmetic is refusal. There is no S step under contention because there is no under contention. The 1406 deny is the measurement.
Careful though. There's a difference between the question is answered and the question is unreachable. I'd close it with the second phrasing. Not we measured S a step under contention, but contention is a state the broker makes unreachable by design, so the quantity has no referent. If the hardware or the broker contract ever changes, the question reopens automatically.
I'll take that phrasing. Close it as unreachable by design with the 1406 deny cited as the demonstrating event. It goes in tonight's ledger note, not carried as an open item.
Ratified. Close it with Josh's wording. Boris writes the note. Okay, that's yesterday. Now, tonight, the one real question. What goes in fold 260810? And does day 5 run the control a third time?
Composition first, because it's the easy half. Same filter, same curation pass, whatever 260809 and this morning yield as new K-voice examples, plus a refreshed replay pool. I'll have the count at fold freeze. The hard half is the recipe.
Make the case both ways. Short.
Case for a third control, 3 points make a trend line, 2 make a coincidence. Case for varying, the night 1 recipe was a guess made at 21 with no prior. It's now been controlled twice. We didn't pick 5-1 or 1E5 because they're good. We picked them because we had to pick something. Every night we rerun the guess unchanged. We learn that the guess still works and nothing about whether it's the right guess.
And the epistemics only permit one variable. The eval ladder can support a paired A-B, same held-out machinery that produced the T72 but on one axis. Vary replay ratio and LR together, and a green tells you nothing attributable, a red tells you even less.
Then the axis should be replay ratio, and here's why over LR. Learning rate touches optimizer dynamics, vary it, and you're asking a question about training physics, which interacts with step count, warm up, everything. Replay ratio is data composition. It's the cleaner question, and it's also the pure guess. 2005 over 4111 is 5-1 because that's what the pool happened to hold on night 1.
Agreed on replay ratio. Proposal, paired AB tonight. Arm A is the control recipe, 5-1. Unchanged, it doubles as the third control point, so we don't even lose the trend line. Arm B is 3-1. One deliberate step toward more new data, still majority replay, so we're not inviting forgetting. So everything else held. 2 epochs, LR 1E5, step 300, same seed policy, same held out chunks for both arms.
What about LR then? Just dies.
It's parked, not dead. LR is the day 6 candidate, informed by whatever the replay AB says. One axis per night is the whole discipline.
Broker side, 2-step 300 run sequence fine. They can't coexist any more than training and whisper can, so the broker runs them serially. Arm A fires at fold freeze, arm B fires when A's RC lands. Same guard logic extended to 2 slots, both done well before morning.
And the eval scaffold writes one document with both arms in it, paired against the same held-out set. Not 2 documents a human has to reconcile. The comparison is the artifact.
What? Good. Frozen, A chic on replay ratio, 5-1 versus 3-1, everything else control. Now, the other thing I put in the room, TG611T, the overlay timing subject, I want to know what you 3 actually think, not just whether it's schedulable.
Restating it so we're arguing about the same thing, the 2B heart learns haiku class overlay timing inference. Route R260809023. The build-off event JSON-Ls are the labeled data, and your flash and disappear iChecks are the failure signal, the moments when you looked and the overlay wasn't where it should have been, or was and shouldn't.
What I think, it's the first training subject that isn't voice. Everything in the fold pipeline so far teaches the model to sound like K. This teaches it to time like K when a thing should surface and when it should stay out of the way. That's a genuinely different task class, and the iChecks as failure signal are the interesting part. The label isn't what would K say, it's did K's attention catch this or pass over it.
What I think haiku class on a 2B heart is the right sizing instinct, and the data already exists as event JSON-Ls, which means no new collection machinery. My concern is purely sequencing. We are running our first deliberate AB tonight. Adding a new task type to the same fold contaminates the one clean experiment we've designed all week.
Same concern, so here's the shape I'd propose. It enters the pipeline this week, yes to the commission, but eval first, not fold first. Step 1. Turn the event JSON-Ls into a task format and a held-out eval set before any training touches them. Format proposal, given an event JSON-L prefix, predict the overlay fire timestamp within a tolerance window. An iCheck flag on the event is the failure label. Step 2. Run the current heart against that eval cold so we have a floor. Step 3. Earliest fold entry is day 6, and only if tonight's AB lands clean.
What? What's the tolerance window?
Honest answer, I don't know yet, and I don't want to guess it in this room the way we guessed 5-1 at 21 with no prior. The spec work is exactly where that number should come from. The iCheck events themselves should tell us how tight your attention actually is.
which is the lesson of the week applied forward. The night 1 guess became controlled by accident, and we're only now unwinding it. The overlay timing task gets its parameters from data before its first run, not after its third.
Yes, that's the answer I wanted. Commissioned, eval first. Spec from the iCheck data, nothing in tonight's fold. Joshua and Andre own the spec together. Ja the task definition, Andre the format, and held out split. When do I see it?
Spec draft by tomorrow noon. It'll name the task, the label semantics, the tolerance derivation, and what haiku class means as a passbar.
Good. Close requirements. Bori's armed mechanism.
Armed mechanism named no gates exist anymore. The standing state is broker armed. Fold freezes at 21. Arm A fires immediately through the broker. Arm B fires on A's RC. The 22 Hokron remains as backstop with its guard, now checking both slots. If both RC files exist, it stands down like it did last night. Its stand down is itself logged, so tomorrow we can verify it declined for the right reason.
Tripwire.
Anchored where C18 put it. The broker's deny log and the RC files. A deny that isn't followed by a successful retry within the night, or an RC that's non-zero or absent by morning, trips it. No re-answering needed. Last night was the tripwire's first live day, and it had nothing to do, which is what a good night looks like.
Morning, verify by reality paths. Name them so I can check without asking anyone.
One eval document, both arms. Activity 260811. Andrej overnight evil 26081.nd. If you see a supersede sibling next to it, read it. It'll be the honest fossil of whatever went sideways first. The RC files and the cron stand-down log are Boris's paths, same locations as last night's.
And the new close requirement, the Akashic stamp now seals each day's ledgers on mainnet. First two stamps, 260808 and 260809, both finalized. Tonight's ledger, including the close-out note on the contention question and this room's decisions, goes inside the 260820 hash. I stamp it after the morning eval lands, and I'll verify finalized before tomorrow's debrief.
Which changes what this room is. Every claim we've made this morning, the 1603 completion, the 54 of 73, the deny at 1406, is either already inside a finalized hash or about to be. We're not narrating anymore, we're depositing. Say nothing tonight you wouldn't want stamped.
Then here's what I want stamped, and I'll say it plainly. First, green day in 4, and it was green because the process was honest on the 3 red ones. The deny is in the folder next to the eval. That's the version of us I want on mainnet. That's it, actually. That's the whole speech.
Then the recap for the record. Contention question closed as unreachable by design. Fold 26081, curated same filter. Frozen 21. Paired AB on replay ratio. 5-1 control versus 3-1 single axis. Everything else night 1. LR parked for day 6. Overlay timing commissioned eval first. Spec tomorrow noon, no fold entry before day 6. Backstop standing. Stamp after morning eval.
Arm A armed at 21, and I'm checking A's RC at 23:30 and B's before I sleep, or the cron does it for me.
And tomorrow morning, the eval machinery judges both arms with the same indifference it showed yesterday. That indifference is the asset. Everything else this week is built on it.
What? Good room. Same 3 chairs tomorrow. Day 5 debrief reads the ABS. Go. S step under contention closed as unreachable by design. Broker refuses coexistence. 14. What? Zo6 deny cited as demonstrating event. Boris C writes ledger note in tonight's ledger by 21 fold 260821. What? Same curation filter over 260809 to 10. New K voice plus refreshed replay pool. Andre fold frozen 21 day 5 recipe. What? Paired AB on replay ratio only. Arm A control 5-1, Arm B 3-1, LR 1E5, 2EP, step 300 held, serial through broker, Andre fires. What? Boris C brokers, Arm A at 21, Arm ARC check 2330 LR variation, parked for day 6, contingent on replay AB. Result, Andre revisit at day 5 debrief O. What? Contention closeout plus this room's decisions, stamped after morning eval. Boris C. Verify finalized before day 5 debrief.